Ice Spice has lost everything. Her album, a flop, her image, in ruins. Her fans, walking away in droves. Not long ago, she was the face of tomorrow, the so-called princess of rap, backed by Drake, crowned by Nicki, celebrated by millions. Now the headlines call her a fraud, an industry plant, a one-hit wonder drowning in scandals. From a body positivity icon to a lightning rod of controversy. From viral sensation to the butt of her own memes. From sold-out shows to angry crowds cutting her mic mid-performance. This isn't just a fall, it's a collapse. The question isn't what happened to Ice Spice, it's how did she lose everything so fast? The moment Ice Spice was supposed to silence her critics became the moment they buried her. Her debut album Y2K was billed as the proof she wasn't just a TikTok gimmick, a chance to show depth, range, substance. Instead, it exposed everything she lacked. 10 tracks, barely 23 minutes, hooks recycled from older singles, features that failed to shine. Critics called it forgettable, fans called it lazy. The rap princess had delivered an empty crown, but the music wasn't the only problem. Her sudden transformation shocked the audience that once worshipped her. The same fans who praised her as a body positivity icon now accused her of betrayal. They saw weight loss, not growth. They saw conformity, not confidence. Whispers spread online. Extreme diets, pills, drugs. A desperate bid to stay relevant in an industry built on image. Overnight, Ice Spice went from symbol of authenticity to the very thing she once stood against. The backlash was vicious. The album flopped. The image cracked. The pedestal collapsed. This was the breaking point, the moment Ice Spice went from rising star to fallen idol. Before the collapse, Ice Spice looked untouchable. It started with one line. "You thought I was feeling you." Munch exploded on TikTok like wildfire. A meme, a mantra, a viral wave that turned a Bronx newcomer into hip-hop's next obsession. Her timing was flawless. TikTok clips, provocative dance moves, striking visuals. She knew how to work the camera, and the internet rewarded her. Then came the cosigns. Drake mentioned her. Nicki Minaj jumped on a remix. Even Taylor Swift pulled her into the spotlight. Every cosign, every collab built the myth. Ice Spice wasn't just another rapper, she was the chosen one. Her image only fueled the frenzy. Tight fits, curves, twerking on streams with Kai Cenat. She wasn't just making music, she was manufacturing moments, the kind that dominate feeds, the kind that make you look twice. And it worked. Overnight, she went from unknown to internet royalty, the princess of rap, a viral star with mainstream backing, a career set to soar. But meteors burn brightest before they crash. The hype was deafening, but underneath the noise, the cracks were already showing. Music critics weren't impressed. They said her sound was all beat, no substance. Viral hooks, recycled flows, lyrics stripped down to the bare minimum. Even Ice Spice admitted it herself. "I wouldn't consider myself a lyricist. I prefer my lyrics to be super simple and digestible." For some, that was honesty. For others, it was proof. Proof she wasn't chasing artistry. Proof she was chasing virality. While her peers dropped mixtapes, experimented with flows, sharpened their pen, Ice Spice leaned on TikTok trends and high-profile collabs to stay in the light. Fans wanted growth, depth, a body of work that proved she could last. Instead, she gave them quick hits, flashy features, and the same formula over and over. What was once fresh started to feel shallow. The hype machine was running, but the foundation was weak. The question was no longer how high could she climb, it was how long before she falls. The doubts didn't stay quiet, they grew into accusations. Ice Spice wasn't authentic, she wasn't earned, she was manufactured. The word spread fast, industry plant. To her critics, it all added up. A newcomer with only a handful of viral songs, suddenly backed by Drake, Nicki, and Taylor. Magazine covers, major festivals, millions poured into her brand. It didn't look like grind, it looked like a product rollout. And then came the attitude. In interviews, she carried herself like she was already a legend, arrogant, detached, speaking less like a hungry newcomer and more like someone convinced the throne was hers by default. The breaking point came in Australia, the Wildlands Festival. She arrived nearly 25 minutes late, performed for barely 5 minutes, and then her mic was cut. The audience was furious. They paid to see a star. Instead, they saw a performer who couldn't even bother to show up. Overnight, the whispers got louder. She wasn't just entitled, she wasn't just shallow, she was proof the label had built a star who couldn't stand on her own. The image of the rap princess cracked wide open, and once the public smelled weakness, they didn't let go. She was once celebrated for breaking the mold, a body positivity icon in an industry obsessed with thinness, a rapper who owned her figure and made it part of her power. But then, everything changed. Her sudden weight loss wasn't met with applause, it was met with outrage. Fans who once saw strength now saw betrayal. The same people who crowned her authentic accused her of caving to the very beauty standards she once defied. Rumors spread like wildfire: pills, surgery, drugs, dangerous shortcuts. Whether true or not, the damage was done. Across TikTok and Twitter, the comments cut deep. She used to be real. She sold out. She's just another industry puppet. Her confidence, once her greatest weapon, was gone. What remained looked fragile, manufactured, hollow. The transformation didn't elevate her image, it destroyed it. The pedestal she stood on wasn't just cracked anymore, it was collapsing. Ice Spice had lost the last piece of authenticity that made her stand out. When the music stopped working, Ice Spice reached for the oldest trick in the book: drama. She clashed with her own tourmate, Cleotropa, who blasted her as a fake friend. She fueled rumors of a fling with Central C, a storyline his ex dismissed as nothing but a publicity stunt. She traded subtle shots with Lotto. Even her bond with Nicki Minaj, the mentor who once lifted her up, grew tense. It didn't stop with peers. Sometimes she turned her fire on her own fans, dismissing them, mocking them, treating the very people who built her up like disposable props in her chase for attention. Each scandal bought her a few more headlines, a few more days of relevance, but each feud, each jab, chipped away at the image she had left. It was survival, not strategy. Fame not built on music, but on chaos. And chaos never lasts. The numbers told the truth. Spotify listeners plummeted, charts emptied, crowds thinned. The rap princess was gone, not dethroned, erased. Her name no longer meant hype, it meant failure. Ice Spice didn't fall because she was hated. She fell because there was nothing holding her up. No foundation, no craft, no humility. A career built on memes, image, and cosigns was destined to collapse the moment those crutches disappeared. She's no longer a rising star, she's a cautionary tale. Stories like this don't fade, they echo. If you want more breakdowns of how stars rise and collapse in real time, subscribe to Tales Script, because the next fall will come faster and hit harder.